Who doesn't know about Hyundai, that tech-laden giant cruising down highways today? What if we told you that it was built by a poor kid with calloused hands and dirt under his fingernails? We know it sounds like a K-drama plot twist, but this is real. And in this video, we will share that kid's story and how he created such a $1 million tech beast out of nowhere. Hyundai Motor Company has been around since 1967 and is a fantastic player in the auto business. Its headquarters are in Seoul, South Korea. Hyundai has diversified its portfolio by holding a 33.88% stake in Kia Corporation and overseeing two distinct brands, the luxury-focused Genesis and the electric vehicle-centric Ioniq. Ulsan, South Korea is home to Hyundai's largest integrated vehicle production complex, which is the core of the company's activities. Over 75,000 workers worldwide are needed to make this giant factory produce a mind-boggling 1.6 million units yearly. Before we get into more detail, let's discuss the background of Hyundai's founder. Chung Ju-young, the eldest of 7 siblings, was born in Tongcheon, Gangwon-do, Chosen, now part of Gangwon Province in North Korea. Despite coming from a poor peasant family, he wanted to become a teacher. He wanted to go to college, but the bad economy kept him from doing so his dreams were not realized. Despite the setbacks, Chung displayed a business talent, evident during his wood-selling trips into town. The bustling town life and newspaper articles fueled his imagination, motivating him to overcome the persistent poverty his family faced. Despite having to take care of his family on the farm, Chung was able to go to a neighborhood Confucian school that his grandfather ran. These stolen moments of education became a crucial part of his journey. Chung's desire to be a business arose during his town visits, where he sold wood. The energetic town atmosphere and the newspaper stories inspired him to break free from the shackles of poverty that bound his family. At the age of 16, Chung and his friend decided to travel to the city of Seishin, which is Cheongjin, currently in North Korea, for work in hopes of escaping the harsh realities of farm life. Following a challenging 15-mile trek through the most dangerous parts of the Paichon Valley, the pair reached the town of Kochen, where they took up jobs as construction workers. They worked long hours for low pay, but Chung enjoyed the independence of earning money. The work continued for 2 months until Chung's father learned of their whereabouts. After their first attempt, Chung's exposure to civil engineering during the journey fueled a newfound passion and a sense of accomplishment. Returning to his home village of Gaesandi in Chusengan, he hatched another escape plan, directing them towards Keio. Accompanied by 2 companions, Chung set out for Keio in April 1933. The expedition seemed destined for failure, especially after one of the boys was nabbed by a sibling early on. Further misfortune struck when Chung and his friend fell victim to a con artist, who swindled them of all their money instead of delivering promised jobs. The journey ended when Chung's father tracked them down, finding the duo taking refuge at Chung's grandfather's nearby house. Chung was in Ulsan for the 3rd time. He planned to work on the family farm for a year after he finished his duties. After completing his duties, Chung decided to try to escape poverty again. He got a 70 won train ticket by selling one of his dad's cows. When Chung got to Keio, he went to a neighborhood bookkeeping school to become an accountant. For 2 months, everything went quickly until his father found him. Chung was taken back to Gaesan after a short fight. In 1933, when he was 18, Chung tried to run for the 4th time. Upon arriving in Keio, Chung and a companion escaping a forced marriage looked for any work that could be found. He worked as a laborer in Jinsen Harbor, a construction worker at Boseong Professional School, and a handyman at a starch syrup plant, among other jobs. After almost a year at the syrup plant, Chung worked as a delivery man at the Bokang rice store in Keio. Chung did so well at his new job that loyal customers praised him. It impressed the store owner so much that he hired him as an accountant after only 6 months. His time as the store manager helped him improve at running a business. In 1937, the store's owner got sick and thought giving Chung control of the business would be best. When Chung was 22, he took over and changed the name to Kyeongil Rice Store. The business did well and made money until early 1939 when Japan put strict rationing in place to ensure it had enough rice for the war. It forced Korean companies to leave the rice trade. After his previous business venture failed, Chung returned to his village and stayed there until 1940. In that year, he decided to give entrepreneurship another shot in Keio. Acknowledging the restrictions imposed on Koreans by the Japanese colonial government in certain industries, Chung opted to enter the automotive repair business. He initiated the Aedu service garage by purchasing a service garage with a 3,000 won loan from a friend. Within 3 years, the workforce expanded from 20 to 70 employees, and Chung achieved a substantial income. Unfortunately, in 1943, the Japanese colonial government compelled the garage to merge with a steel plant as part of the war effort. Despite the setback, Chung returned to Gaesan with 50,000 yen in savings. After Japan gave up control of Korea in 1946, Chung started Hyundai and Hyundai Civil Industries in preparation for rebuilding and development after the war. Chung secured necessary government contracts and built South Korea's transport infrastructure. He was crucial in completing significant projects like the Soyang Dam in 1967, Gungbu Motorway in 1970, and Ulsan's world-class shipyard. He also got projects from the U.S. Forces Korea to build buildings for their staff by using his younger brother's English skills and good relationships with U.S. Army engineers. During the North Korean attack of 1950, Chung stopped working on his building projects and went to Busan with his younger brother to find safety. It was when his son, Chung Moon-jun, was born. Even though things were changing quickly, Chung kept growing his business by getting orders from the UN Command and the Korean Ministry of Transportation. Once the UN forces took back Seoul, Chung started business up again and kept getting more jobs from the Americans. From then on, Chung worked hard to expand and diversify the business, making it one of South Korea's largest chaebols, or conglomerates. He started the Ulsan shipyard, which became the biggest shipyard in the world, even though he had never built a ship before. Chung showed his creativity by building the port and the first ship simultaneously, finishing the job in 3 years instead of the 5 planned. Using what he learned in Europe, he also made popular models like the Hyundai Pony in 1975 and the Hyundai Excel in 1986. From the 1980s to the present, the Hyundai Group went through several splits, creating many satellite groups. During this time, Chung Ju-young, the founder and head of the Hyundai Group and a visionary, had a successful career with many essential accomplishments. Chung planned a unique recovery project in Seosan that showed his creativity. Using an old oil ship as a cofferdam, he was able to complete the reclamation successfully, showing that he could think outside the box. Hyundai debuted the Excel model in 1986, marking the company's entrance into the American vehicle market. Fortune magazine acknowledged this affordable automobile, nominating it for Best Product Number 10. Because of its favorable price, it was Hyundai's first foray into the American car market. In 1988, Hyundai began manufacturing models with its unique technology, shifting its focus to technological improvements. Hyundai first exhibited its in-house technology skills with the 1988 mid-sized Sonata. In the spring of 1990, Hyundai's total global automobile manufacturing hit the critical 4 million unit mark. Hyundai reached a watershed moment in 1991 when it became technologically independent. In addition to introducing their gearbox, the business achieved a first with developing their patent 4-cylinder Alpha gasoline engine. With a manufacturing facility in Irunga Tokotai, close to Chennai, India, Hyundai Motor India Limited was founded in 1996, furthering the company's global footprint. Hyundai made this move to show how they plan to serve a wide range of markets and build a solid manufacturing base. To become a truly global brand, Hyundai set out on a monumental mission to change its public perception in 1998. Hyundai Motors founder Chung Ju-young passed the torch to his son, Chung Mung-koo, in 1999 as part of this transition. Hyundai Motor Group, the parent corporation, has invested a lot of money in improving the cars' quality, design, production methods, and long-term research. Hyundai launched a marketing campaign and a 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty for US-sold vehicles. J.D. Power and Associates ranked Hyundai as the number 2 North American brand in terms of initial quality in 2004. Hyundai has maintained a constant position among the top 100 most valuable brands globally since 2002. Since 2002, Hyundai has been a proud worldwide sponsor of the FIFA World Cup. With $57.2 billion in sales in South Korea in 2004, Hyundai Motor Company became the country's second-largest firm, or chaebol, after Samsung. It was due to the company's impressive performance in 2003. An interesting move was revealed by CNBC in February 2021. Apple and Hyundai Kia were said to be nearing the end of talks to work together on making an autonomous Apple car. It was said that Apple would create the whole car and that it would be made in Hyundai or Kia factories, with production possibly beginning in 2024. But later, Hyundai Motors said that it stopped talking to Apple, which meant that the planned partnership would not happen as planned. Chung was one of the first people to suggest Gyeonggansang tour trips. His forward-thinking method was meant to encourage tourism and cross-border interactions, which was part of a larger plan for the Korea Peninsula to be peaceful. In 1998, Chung organized the crossing of 1,001 cows across the Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, into North Korea. It was one of the most critical events in his life. The strange thing Chung did had a deep meaning because he saw it as a thousandfold payback for the cow he had sold to get away from his father's farm. Chung was the first person from the United States to cross the Korean DMZ since the country was split. In business, Chung started the Hyundai Heavy Steel Company and was the first to make ships without docks. Chung's desire to be a business arose during his town visits, where he sold wood. The energetic town atmosphere and the newspaper stories inspired him to break free from the shackles of poverty that bound his family. The foundation gave money to the Osan Life Sciences Research Institute, which became a center for progress in the life sciences. The foundation helped businesses and universities work together because it knew how important it was for both to do so. Chung died of natural causes at his home in Seoul in 2001. When he was 85 years old, he was buried according to Buddhist and Confucian customs. Does the story inspire you? What lessons did you learn from it? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.